whatever the holy man does will. Imagine that. Anything you touch, anything you attempt, anything you put your effort to do, imagine it succeeding. Imagine success in every step, every area of your life. Imagine success in every attempt of yours. Imagine that. I'm asking you to imagine that. You need to imagine that. That is a motivation.
O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come, our shelter from the stormy blast, and our eternal hope. Under the shadow still may we dwell secure. Sufficient is thine arm alone, and our defense is sure. Before the hills in order stood, for earth received her free. From everlasting thou art God, to endless years the same. 1,000 ages in thy sight are like an evening dawn, short as the watch that ends the light before the rising sun. O God, our help in ages past, our hope for years to come. Be thou our guide while life shall last, and our eternal hope. Amen. Praise God.
What does this word happy mean? Some people have the wrong idea of happiness, but let me give you the right idea of happiness, okay? Happiness. They define it like this: the satisfaction that comes from experiencing the fullness of something. Let me say that again. What is happiness? Understood in the right way, it is the satisfaction that comes from experiencing the fullness of something. So they're saying whenever you see happiness in Hebrew or Greek, the person who's happy is receiving something and he is getting satisfied as a result of receiving something. Now, what is this man in Psalm 1 receiving? This man is called happy, right? So the way we read it is, happy is the man who walks not in the counsel of the wicked, nor stands in the way of sinners, nor sit in the seat of scoffers. See, it's talking about the man who doesn't engage in sin, right? He doesn't go along with the wicked, the sinners. He doesn't, even walk in their way or stand in their way, or certainly he does not sit. He does not sin. It's talking about a man who does not sin, but not only that, it's talking about a man who delights in the law of the Lord, who meditates on his law day and night. Now, let me ask you, if somebody is there, let us just imagine there is somebody who delights in the law. Law means what? The commandments. Somebody who delights in the commandments of the Lord. Can you imagine such a person? Delighting, not just reading them, not just doing them, but everybody say delight. Imagine there's somebody who delights in God's commandments, okay? And he meditates on it day and night. Now let me ask you, is that person a holy person or not? Yes. He's not going to delight in the commandments, meditate on it day and night, and then go and do all the sinful activity. You know what I mean? That person is truly holy. He is in fact a grown holy person. He has grown a lot in the area of holiness, it's talking about a person who has grown a lot in the area of holiness. It's saying that kind of man is happy. And then it tells us why he is happy. What makes him happy? How did this happiness come to him? Look at verse 3. Why do we say he's happy? He's like a tree planted by streams of water. Streams of water. It's not saying an ocean, no, where the water is running too fast and it's useless water to grow anything, at least tree, right? It's not saying stagnant water either. Stagnant water is dangerous. All kinds of bad things are, and infection will come out of it. It's talking about streams of water. The scholars say it's talking about a slowly moving, steadily moving stream of water. That's what it is referring to. What is happening here is a holy person. I'm talking about a person grown in holiness, right? Who has grown to a certain extent. He is really improved in holiness. He's delighting in God's commandments. What is he like? He is like a tree. He is like a certain kind of tree. What kind of tree? The kind of tree that is planted by streams of water, where there is no shortage of water. Water is always running at a good, steady pace, where it can be used for the growth, for the nutrition of the tree. How many of you know tree needs water to grow? What are the most important needs of a tree? Sunlight and water, right? Even if there's sunlight and there's no water, it's not going to grow. Now, we all know about the crisis, water crisis now, right? All kinds of people stopping water, letting it seem to have a lot of power over water. This has already been predicted. Water wars have already been predicted. In fact, they predict that there may be world wars in the future because of water shortage. Okay? Here it's saying the believer is like a tree planted by streams of. The believer will never lack in whatever is important to him. Water is important to a tree. The tree will never lack if it is planted by the streams of water. A holy believer, a man grown in holiness, will never lack what's important in his life ever. That's what it's saying. And then it explains that. You can see it. It yields its fruit in its. He's saying, when the season for fruit comes, it will correctly give fruit. Why? Water is steadily there. It's always there. It will give fruit. That means what? The believer will give fruit. You can see fruit in a holy believer's life. But not only fruit, it will give its fruit in its season. That means what? When it needs to come, it will come. When it has to, when it should come, it will come. It will come at the right time. It will happen at the right time. What will happen at the right time? Whatever you need to happen in your life will happen at the right time when you are living a holy life. That's what it's talking about. A person who has grown in holiness, what kind of a life will he live? He will live the kind of life where everything that needs to happen for him will happen exactly. He will get a job at the right time. He will get married at the right time. He will get the promotion at the right time. Everything is happening. Does that sound appealing? Holiness is appealing. It is much more appealing than sin. The world will make you think it's not. It will portray as though sin is appealing. Don't believe it for a minute. Holiness is far more appealing. Look at what it says next. Its leaf does not wither, never withers, never doesn't have a bad day. Well, we can't say it like that, you know. It doesn't die out. That's the meaning. The leaf never withers means the leaf never dies out. No matter what comes against this tree, because it has the water, it will keep on thriving. It will keep on enduring. The leaf will never wither. Next, it's talking about a believer, you know. The believer will succeed over everything, right? Whatever comes his way, he will still not wither. Next thing, final thing. In all that he does, he will prosper. Or whatever he does will prosper. Think about it. A person grown in holiness whatever he does he has the touch of gold. Whatever he touches turns into who? Not a gangster. The world will make you think like that. Look at that wicked man there. Whatever he's touching that's a lie. That's a promotion. That's the icing, remember? No, don't fall for that. Whatever the holy man does will. Imagine that. Anything you touch, anything you attempt, anything you put your effort to do, imagine it succeeding. Imagine success in every step, every area of your life. Imagine success in every attempt of yours. Imagine that. I'm asking you to imagine that. You need to imagine that. That is a motivation for living in. What is the motivation you need? You need to sit and imagine a little bit. I want to live like that. That will motivate me to live. Now, what did I say happiness was? It is the satisfaction of experiencing the fullness of something. Or in this case, in the case of Psalm 1, it is the satisfaction of experiencing the fullness of God's blessing. Right? Now, you know what that means? It's the satisfaction that comes, see, God's blessing is different. Satisfaction that comes is a little different. Let me explain that. Imagine you're hungry, okay? You're hungry and you go get some good food. I'm sure you all get some. You don't just go out to any restaurant and eat, do you? You go to the specific restaurant, order the specific dish in the menu. Why? You want something that's tasty. You don't want to just eat something because you're hungry. So you go and you eat something that's very tasty, let's imagine. And you fill your stomach, You're not hungry anymore. Just imagine that. Don't imagine it too much. You might want to go quickly now, right? So imagine you're filling your stomach with some good, tasty food. And then you've eaten so much, now you're full. And then you open your mouth and say, I'm full. Have you had those moments, those aha moments, where you say, I've had enough, I'm so satisfied. That's such good food. Have you had that? That is what happy in Psalm 1 means. It means this fellow is like a tree. He's giving fruit in its season. Everything is happening at the right time for him. He's never withering out. Everything he touches turns to gold. Whatever he does will prosper. It will succeed. He's receiving all God's blessings. That is like the food going in. He's receiving all God's blessings. And after he has received all that, there comes a point where he says, I am so satisfied. That is the point to which Psalm 1 is referring to when it uses the word happy. It is saying, satisfied to the full is the man who walks not in the counsel of the. Can you imagine? So what is happening here is, we are given a picture of a grown holy man, the right holiness. He experiences all of God's blessings, but after that, he gets one satisfaction from experience. You know, how many of you know satisfaction is different? Getting blessing is different. Some people are getting blessings, but they're not satisfied. Have you seen such people? God won't let you go until you're satisfied. Let me say that again. God doesn't want to let you go until you're satisfied. That is why he wants you to live a holy life, because a holy life can and will bring you that kind of satisfaction. Think about that for a minute. Satisfaction, very important here. Because sin's promise is satisfaction. Sin is saying, you come, you do this, I'll satisfy you in some way. You're driving down the road and you did something without realizing, and the fellow next to you comes and shows you like this, and he speaks 2-3 sentences. What is happening? Immediately, we put the windows down and we let out some words, right? We let the words fly. Why? We thought about that? Now, once again, let's do our rewind and pause game here. Let's rewind to just before you put your window down. It's all happening very fast, but let's pause it right there. Why did you put your window down and let out those few words? Because sin told you he has shamed you in front of everybody. You're looking bad in front of Everybody, he has brought down your ego. He has upset your ego. Now, the way you get back at this and redeem your ego is you put the window down and you let out a few words. Maybe you will get a little bit of ego back in the eyes of everybody. You know what I mean? But it's happening so fast. You wonder, is all this happening? My friend, it's all happening. Next time before you put the window down, see if you can stop and think, well, wait a minute, what's happening here? Sin is saying, you do this, I'll give you some satisfaction. He has upset you, I'll give you some, by speaking a few words against him, you will get some satisfaction, right? How do you counter that offer? You say, no. Everybody around me may think I'm, low. I may be low in the eyes of 10 people around me in the traffic signal. But God is watching. There is a right way to reveal my anger and a wrong way to reveal my anger. I just don't want to, just for the sake of getting my ego puffed up, put the window down and yell at this guy. When you make a choice like that, what are you doing? It's not just a choice of choosing holiness. No. You look beyond that and you say, the satisfaction I get from yelling at this fellow, I will get 100 times more satisfaction when God satisfies me. We're talking about satisfaction. Whoever knew holiness can satisfy? Holiness can. The thing is, it is delayed satisfaction. That's the only thing. It's the only catch here. Sin gives you immediate satisfaction. Holiness gives you. Now, but if you know you're going to get it delayed, and you are going to get it surely, will you delay it? You will delay it. If you know you're going to have biryani tonight, the best biryani in the whole world, you're not going to go and spend your appetite on some silly puff or mixture in the evening, are you? No. You're going to delay your appetite. Why? You know you're getting something. It's going to come a little later, but it's going to come. You look to that and you deny this. That's the way it is with sin. Sin is saying, you come, I'll give you immediate satisfaction. You say, no, I'm going to get something better. Yes, it's going to be delayed a little bit, but I'm going to wait and take that. See? Satisfaction. Everybody say satisfaction. Holiness brings satisfaction, my friend. Happy, the word happy is used in Psalm 1 and also in Matthew chapter 5. In that way, Matthew chapter 5. Let's turn there now. Matthew chapter 5. See, what are we saying? We are saying we should use happiness, satisfaction as a motivator to grow in holiness. We should do it. We should do it because the Bible motivates by offering happiness and satisfaction. Okay? The Bible says you live holy, a holy person will succeed in everything. Why? The Bible is trying to motivate us to live holy. The Bible just doesn't say, be holy, otherwise you'll go to hell, No, there are some passages like that, I agree. But that's not the main thrust of the scriptures. You will see again and again the Bible saying, the holy man will have his rewards. The righteous will be rewarded. The righteous will experience long life. This and that and everything. So many rewards, so many promises, you see. And when it says happy, especially when it says happy, it talks about you will receive everything and then you will be satisfied by receiving it. That is why I chose the word happy. That is why I said holiness and happiness, because the right kind of happiness includes blessing and on top of that, the satisfaction you get. Okay? Matthew chapter 5. What is happening here? Sermon on the Mount, right? Very important this is. This is Jesus' first open-air meeting. Am I right? It's Jesus' first large-scale, open-air, public meeting. Before this, he might have done little small meetings, but this is the big one here. Grand opening of his ministry, shall we say. First time he's teaching thousands of people, open-air, long, time. Sermon on the Mount is 3 chapters. They were there for more than a day, right? So, let us see how he begins his first open-air meeting. Verse 2, and he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, blessed. He's crying out, no microphones those days. First word to come out of his mouth in his first open-air meeting is what? Blessed. Now, this word is the same word, the word in the Greek. If you look at the Greek New Testament, it's the word makarios. It's the same word that is used to translate Psalm 1:1. Okay? Exactly the same word. Again, you take the Greek dictionaries, you look up the meanings. The first meaning you'll find is what? Happy. Now, I told you what happy means. Satisfied from experiencing the fullness of something. Okay? So, Jesus is saying, happy are the poor in spirit, for this is the kingdom of heaven. Happy are those who mourn, for they shall be. Satisfied are the meek. Imagine what the people would have thought. Satisfied are the meek? What do you mean satisfied to the full, happy? How can the meek be happy so much? Jesus gives a reason every time. For they shall inherit they will inherit the earth itself. Today people may think of them as light, but they will actually inherit the earth, and through that experience a great satisfaction. Happy are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness. People may think, are these people really happy? The fellows who want to be more holy, are they really happy? Are they really satisfied? Jesus is saying, yes. The fellow is asking, how? For they shall be filled. By filling them, I will satisfy them. Happy are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy. Happy are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Happy are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Happy, happy, happy. Did you notice the one word that stands out in his first opening lines is what? Happy, blessed, satisfied to the full. Jesus also is talking about holiness only here. It's related to holiness, right? He's talking about happy are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, right? It's connected with holiness, right? He's talking about showing mercy, being pure in heart, being peacemakers, meek, and so on. It's all connected with holiness. But you see how he puts holiness, in what terms he puts it across. He puts it across in very attractive terms. Can you see that? He's saying, blessed, happy, satisfied. He could have said like this. Think about it. He could have said, the following people are blessed. He could have said that, right? Who are blessed? Poor in spirit, number one. Number two, those who mourn. Number three, meek. He could have said that, right? He doesn't say that. He wants to emphasize. Happy, happy, happy. The fellows are listening by the thousands. They're wondering, I want this happy, happy, happy. How? Jesus says, by holy. World will say happy by sin. Jesus is saying happy by this kind of life, the opposite kind of life. What the world thinks will never bring you pleasure. It will bring you pleasure and satisfaction and a lot more than sin can ever bring. And then he says something, verse 10 and 11, very shocking. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when others revile you and persecute you and utter all kinds of evil against you falsely on my account. What is he talking about? He's saying, sometimes when you do righteousness, you will be persecuted. Let me give you an example of that. Sometimes when you live holy, you're not going to get happy very soon. How many of you know that? You're not going to get reward very soon. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you do the right thing, you will get trouble very soon. When everybody around you is accepting bribes, you decide you want to honor God by not accepting bribes. Let's just imagine. What will happen? Everybody around you is not going to like it. Right? But you are thinking, I want to honor God. I know this is wrong. I don't want to do it. I want to honor God by not doing it. What happens? Everybody doesn't like you. They begin to hate you. They begin to work against you. They begin to slander you, badmouth you. They try to get you out of that place so that they can continue doing their unrighteousness, right? So in that place, you are doing the right thing. You're trying to grow in holiness, but you're getting not a reward immediately, but something actually opposite of a reward. You're getting suffering. Sometimes they may make you suffer for it, right? What's happening? Jesus is saying those kind of people also are happy and satisfied.
In your name, powers of darkness tremble, Jericho tumbles to the ground. In your name, chains of death are broken, Lord of hosts, holy power out. We have overcome by the name and the blood of the Lamb. your feet. In your name, we will bow before you. Every tribe, every tongue will sing. We have overcome by the name and the blood of the Lamb of God. Every war must fall, every knee must bow to the Lord. We have overcome. We have overcome by the name and the blood of the Lamb of God. Every war must fall, every knee must bow to the Lord. There'll be victory in the camp at the shout of El Shaddai. Every enemy will flee from the fire in his eyes. Every captive will be free in this year of Jubilee. When we hear the shout, El Shaddai. Say one more time. There'll be victory in the camp at the shout of El Shaddai. Every enemy will flee from the fire in his eyes. Every captive will be free in this year of Jubilee. When we hear the shout, El Shaddai. When we hear the shout, El Shaddai. When we hear the shout, El Shaddai. Can you hear it? The thunder in the distance when we worship. The Lion of Judah roars. Strongholds crumble all around us in the presence of our Lord.